Hi, Simon Mosca here, and welcome to The Box. This is my brand new podcast where I talk about television. But for now, each episode is going to be about Survivor 40, Winners at War. And I'm going to be on here every week after the episode airs to discuss and dissect what happened on the episode. So let's talk about tonight. It was a roller coaster episode. It was a lot of fun. It starts off with something very interesting. Okay, now Ben, who I don't know if it was in the last episode of this podcast or maybe in the first one, I called Ben the idol finder extraordinaire. So anyway, the episode starts off with, and I could be wrong by the way. Maybe this wasn't right at the beginning. Okay, but don't put me in jail. All right, because I got this a little bit wrong. But in my memory, it happened at the beginning of the episode. But who cares? Who cares? What was it? Where was it? Oh, yeah. The episode starts off with Ben instructing Denise on how to find an idol. Ben. No, buddy, no. You don't help somebody find an idol. Are you nuts? This is an all-winner season. This is season 40. You gotta play. You gotta step up your game. You cannot be dumb. You have to. Oh man, I can't even find the words. But anyways, Denise does find an idol. Okay, and Ben is right there. Now she opens up this idol, and all by itself, this idol is useless. All right, it's like chopped in half. But when these two pieces are combined, it has the power of a regular idol. So the holder of this has to give the other half to another player by sundown. Now Ben is there. When she finds the idol, Ben was helping her to find the idol. Okay, she opens up this instructions and reads it when Ben is there. Now does Ben say, "Hey, Denise, I helped you find this thing. I saw you find this thing. I'm standing right here, Denise. I should get one half of that." No, he doesn't. He doesn't even try to suggest anything. What does this guy do? He goes for a swim. For crying out loud, Ben. What are you thinking? So anyways, Ben is there in the ocean, doing a little doggy paddle and splashing around and having a grand old time when Adam pops up. And Adam and Denise start talking. And Denise tells him what happened. And Adam got the other half of the idol, unless I'm mistaken. But Adam got the other half. But really, Survivor isn't fair. But let's say it was a fair show. Ben would get the other piece. Because he helped her find it. But Ben didn't even suggest it to her. What is this guy thinking? Now, let's talk about the other tribe, okay? I always forget the damn tribe names. Let me go with my notes. I'm not perfect, guys. Alright. Dakal, okay? Now we have Dakal tribe. I love this part. It's Tony. Some people, they love Tony. Some people hate Tony. I love Tony because this guy keeps me entertained. He keeps me really entertained. And we had that scene where he's building this ladder, this Home Depot grade ladder, right? No, of course not. This thing is flimsy. This ladder is falling apart, okay? And he's climbing it, and it's falling apart. And instead of saying, "Oh my God, this ladder is garbage, guys," he's like, "This ladder is great. I built it. It's amazing." Trying to get that breadfruit, which is all the way up top in the trees. I love that part. This is a all-winner season, and there's a lot of game going on. But I love when the episodes take a little break from intense gameplay, and we have some funny moments like this. I really enjoy that, and I hope we get more as the season goes along. Now, that's not to say that I don't like strategy and idol hunts and strategic gameplay. I love that. But I love when it takes a little break and we get some camp life and some humor. It reminds me of the earlier seasons. And yeah, I love that scene with Tony and Tony's ladder. That could be a movie like Jacob's Ladder, but Tony's Ladder, right? Tony, call me. I'll make it. I'll write the movie for you. What else happened? Oh, yeah. So Boston Rob gets a fire token from Amber, his bride. His bride that's currently on Extinction Island. And, not surprising at all, he's pissed. As I would be if someone sent my wife to Exile Island. But I don't have a wife. But if I did, first of all, what's wrong with her? Why would she marry me? What the hell? Second of all, yeah, I'd be like Boston Rob. I'd be pissed. But, and he was visibly pissed at that challenge. I think maybe his failure at the puzzle, I don't know, I think maybe that a little bit to do with that. I mean, your brain is scrambled. You're not thinking straight. I know this is crazy. They were really behind. But when he was rearranging those puzzle pieces and looking at them and all that stuff, I thought it was going to be a sneak from behind victory. But alas, I was wrong. Which is extremely rare because I'm a genius that's never wrong. Yeah, right. Bullshit. So anyways, Sele loses. Badly. I mean, that was a flopping fish of a performance at that challenge. So now, they go back to camp. And there's a cloud hovering over this tribe. There's a cloud hovering over both tribes, actually, about this new school, old school. It's talked about on the show, and it was even talked about before the show aired by Survivor fans. This has been an ongoing discussion. Can old school players play a new school game? I don't think that's even a question. Of course they can. All right? Of course old school players can play the new school game. That's ridiculous to think that these old school players are all going to fail horribly because the game has changed. Look, when we have a season with new players, these new players have never played Survivor before. All right? Yet nobody says, are these players going to be able to play new Survivor? Nobody says that. So why are we saying that about the older players, about the old school players who actually have played? I know in Ethan's season, there was no immunity idols. I know in Boston Rob's season, there was no immunity idols and advantages and all that stuff. But it doesn't mean that now, because there are, that they're going to be stumbling around camp, confused and bewildered, befuddled, going, what's going on here, guys? What the hell's an immunity idol anyways? No, of course they can play. Stop it. There's no question. There's no debate if an old school player can play a new school game. Yes, they can. I mean, look at Ben. This guy is a new school player. Are you telling me that he's playing Survivor better than the old school players? No, folks. The answer is no. So there's no debate about that. So everyone could just stop discussing that right now. But on the actual Fiji, where these players are actually there, there's that large cloud looming above old school versus new school. Now the old school players on Sele are Parvati, Boston Rob, and Ethan. Okay? Notice something about... Oh, sorry. I forgot Danny. Okay? Danny's old school player. So you have Parvati, Boston Rob, Ethan, and Danny. But Parvati, Boston Rob, and Ethan are a trio. Alright? They're a combo. They're three. They're together. They're aligned. Now, it doesn't take a genius to figure this out, but notice something about these numbers? I mean, Survivor's a numbers game. Alright? There's 9 people on Sele. These old school players are 3. Alright? It's 7. I'm sorry, my math is wrong because I'm a moron. It's 6. There's double the amount of new school players. Alright? There's 6 new school players and there's 3. What? Oh my god, my brain is fried, guys. There's 5, okay? Sorry. There's 5 new school players and there's 4 old school players. But 3 of those 4 have an alliance, okay? Now, if you're a new school player and you're so smart, because old school players can't play new school games, right, guys? If you're so smart, and if you're so good at Survivor, and if the old school players are so bad and stupid and fumbling, don't you get together, all you new school guys, and say, hey, guys, let's vote out Boston Rob or Parvati because they're running the damn game. They're the biggest threats in the game, they have an alliance, and we see them. We see them talking on the beach together. We know they're in an alliance. Can't we all group together, the five of us? And hey, you also have Danny on your side, so that's six because Danny was ready to vote out Parvati. All right, so you know you have Danny on your side. Now you have 6-3, and you can get rid of Boston Rob or Parvati. But what do these knuckleheads do? They vote for Danny because those are Boston Rob and Parvati's wishes. And you're telling me that old school players can't play new school games? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, tonight's episode is proof that these old school players can, not only can they play new school games, they played it better. They got their wishes. They wanted Danny out. I know what you're thinking. Danny is an old school player, so the new school players won. No, the new school players lost somebody that could have been a number if they want to do something. If they were smart, they would have got rid of Parvati or Boston Rob. And you can't say, well, they need Boston Rob for the challenges. He choked tonight, all right? He choked. And they have strength. You're telling me Jeremy is a little weakling? No, they have strength. So that was an enormous blunder by these so-called genius new school players to vote out Danny. That was incredibly stupid. Another stupid thing was Danny herself. Danny again sees Boston Rob, Ethan, and Parvati having these discussions. She sees they're together and they're aligned. So she thinks, I gotta get rid of Parvati, which is actually a smart thing to do. Now, if you're a smart person, you go to the new school players, hello, and you tell them, hey guys, assemble. Let's snuff Parvati's torch tonight. You don't go to Boston Rob, who is aligned with Parvati, and tell him this plan. First of all, that's incredibly stupid. She was safe. She wouldn't have gotten voted out tonight. It would have been Ben. It would have been big dopey Ben getting his torch snuffed tonight. But she had to go out to Boston Rob and Ethan and say, hey guys, I want to vote out somebody who you're aligned with. I mean, how does this happen? Is it the lack of food? What's going on? Did a coconut fall on your head? What's wrong with these people? So that was very stupid. That was dumb. These new school players, they choked tonight. But I have faith in them anyway, still. I think that next episode they're going to wake up and they're going to realize that they should band together. I mean, if they don't, they're stupid. And we're going to make fun of them all season, guys. So wake up and do it. Not that I actually really want that to happen. Because I got to tell you, this old school alliance of Ethan, Parvati, Boston Rob, I liked them, okay? And I was one of those people grumbling about Boston Rob playing too many times and all that stuff. But I actually, I like this alliance that they have going. I actually like it. Sue me, all right? Sue me, guys. But I like watching them play. Boston Rob is intense, and I like that. I like Parvati. Come on, how could you not love Ethan Zahn? Ethan freaking Zahn, folks. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. And in the end, Danny gets her torch snuffed. But it's her own damn fault for being a big-time dummy. Now, let's do rankings. So first of all, let's do a recap of idols and advantages. Okay, so we have Mr. Jeremy. He has the safety without power advantage, which was sold to him by Natalie from the Edge of Extinction. Then you have Sophie and Kim. They share an idol. Alright, they're immunity idol co-holders, which was found by Kim, and Kim shared with Sophie. And then on the Sully tribe, you have Denise and Adam, who share an immunity idol, which was found by Denise, and was then shared with Adam. Now, let's talk about Survivor economics. Who are the richest players in the game as it stands right now? Boston Rob and Denise are the richest players. They have 2 fire tokens apiece. Now, the two tribes, Dakal, Sele. Let's talk about their challenge wins. Dakal, so far, is the stronger tribe, challenge-wise, with 2 wins. And Sele has 1. Now, let's do something interesting. Each episode, I'm going to give stars and anchors. Okay, only 1 player each episode gets an anchor. This is a very high honor. It's who I think really excelled and is in a good position and is doing well on the episode. But it has to be somebody that actually got airtime on the episode. Like, there's some people that are there right now that are in a very good position to win. They're playing a great game, but they were kind of invisible this episode, so they can't win the anchor. All right? So to win the anchor, you have to be playing smart, in a good position, but you also have to have been in the episode. And another thing I'm going to give is stars. All right? This is not as big a deal as the anchor, but it's people that I found shined in the episode. Okay? Now it's going to change. Sometimes it's going to be strategically wise. Other times you might get a star just because you're very entertaining. All right? It depends. It's how I feel like. It's my show, my rules. So let's see who got the stars of the episode for episode 2 of Survivor. Winners at War. Denise, Boston Rob, Poverty, and Ethan. Why Denise? Because she found the idol and managed to not share it with Ben. Okay? That was pretty cool. Also, she managed to keep it a secret at Tribal Council when Boston Rob suggested that everybody empties out their bag, which was, I guarantee you, people are so annoyed by that on social media. I didn't check yet, but I'm sure everybody's, Boston Rob is a bully and all this stuff. But let me tell you something that you might not want to hear, but it's the truth. That was smart. He didn't end up finding out who has the idol, but the intent. That was smart. Annoying? Maybe to some people, but a good move. So she managed to keep that a secret. And then Boston Rob, Poverty, and Ethan, because they got what they wanted this episode. They're in the minority, but they have this strong alliance. They trust each other. They saw that Danny wanted one of their own out, and they managed to convince these other new players, these knuckleheads, to do what they want. So they got what they wanted. So Denise, Boston Rob, Poverty, and Ethan, congratulations, you are the stars of the episode. Now, who gets the anchor? The anchor, and I'm sure some people are going to disagree, but fuck them. The anchor goes to Denise. For reasons I already explained, she found the idol. She has a good connection with Adam. She's not on the chopping block. She was last time, but her name did not come up to get voted out in any way. I think they're kind of forgetting about her. She managed to keep her idol a secret from the tribe at Tribal Council, which is very hard to do. And on top of that, she got a fire token from Danny. And fire tokens in this game are a big deal. So she has half of an idol. She has a good position in the game. She managed to keep her idol private, and she has a fire token. So that's why Denise gets the anchor of this episode. And that's incredible. That's like higher than the Purple Heart right there. Okay? That's higher than the Congressional Medal of Freedom. Rush Limbaugh is crying right now. He's crying. He's saying, I got the Medal of Freedom, but I didn't get Simon Mosca's Anchor Prize. My life is a sham. That's what he's thinking right now. I guarantee you it. Okay? Joaquin Phoenix, he's crying. Because he's saying, oh my God, I won the Oscar, but what good is this? This is garbage compared to Simon Mosca's Anchor of the Week. This Oscar is garbage. And he's chucking it into the ocean. Actually, no, because that's bad for the environment. He is recycling it, is what he's doing. But yeah, so congratulations, Denise, on the highest honor ever bestowed upon a human being, the Simon Mosca Anchor of the Week. And that's all I got for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. This has been Simon Mosca. See you next time, jackass.